This week's episode of Better Call Saul was called Breaking Bad, but did it live up to the levels of Breaking Bad? The answer is no, it didn't. Breaking Bad. Only 2 episodes to go after this. This is the third ever fucking episode of Breaking Saul, but Better Call Saul. But we kick off. Saul's in the back of the RV, right? We know what RV it is. We can even know what scene it is. It's the scene where they take him out to Lalo's here, blah. We know Lalo and Walt has the coffin fit, blah blah blah. Basically what this whole show stemmed from, right? And then like the closing shot is like the zoom in on the bullet holes of the RV, right? We fucking know what RV we're in.
Yep.
But yet they want to just drag shit out. And I like this opener. I was like, yes, we're gonna get a good episode here. And then what did we get after this?
Absolutely nothing.
An absolute shower of shite. Saul's receptionist, can't remember her name, fat cunt, we'll call her that. She's in some apartment with 2 stoners.
You flush your drugs down the drain, she's trying to unplug it. Just so fucking unnecessary, man. Just, then she's leaving, she's like, date yourself. And she like makes like a wanking gesture, which I guess was kind of pretty funny, like, I don't know. Then she's walking down the stairs, and they always do this. They do like a zoom in of her walking down the stairs from behind. I mean, now you could argue they're doing that to try and get the perception she's been followed, but that they literally ain't. They would have done that. They do that for everybody.
Yeah.
It's fucking overkill. Then she drives her in for literally about 5-10 minutes. Then receives a phone call from Saul.
Yep, Saul then basically goes on to talk about, well, you followed. Basically, right, this confirms this is way after, blah, blah, blah. Of course we know it, because it's black and white at this point. So, yeah, Saul's like, what's going on? And then she, like, we got a few mentions here of Skylar White, Jesse, basically going on to say that her and Jesse are the only 2 that's being, like, followed. But he left his car at the Mexico border, so we're assumed to believe that's after El Camino. Fuck knows where he's went. And Saul, of course, is just AWOL. So Skylar White at this point looks like she's struck a deal or something. That's what she's alluded to here.
That's what it seems like.
Yeah, but even before this, there was like a 10-minute scene where she goes and gets the money with a fishing line. Fucking unnecessary. He could have put it anywhere.
Like, you go over to, you find the rock that looks like Memphis, and then you there'll be a
New Jersey, actually, but okay.
And it's like, was there really that much need? They just like overdo all these small things, and for some reason people are going to pretend that makes the show fucking epic.
See Saul setting this trap up, well, not trap, well, not like it's Saul, but see him actually setting this up.
So suspicious
compared to just dropping something.
I don't get it. I honestly don't get it.
He could have just stuffed it up the thing he did, but without the line or nothing. He could have said, if you're just walking that degree.
See if someone had seen him setting that up, they would know. Yeah, this guy's
doing something
important.
Oh, just ridiculous. But like, he's paying her here for information. He doesn't really need to know. Like,
she says that Kim asked about him, and this seems to.
Yes, but he didn't. This wasn't the whole part of it. The thing he was just finding out about like the nail salons and shit. So it looks like they've all went to the tax or the fucking the bureau, the FBI, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, Kim. He then gets basically she hangs up on him or the phone runs out, I don't know. He then proceeds to phone this Florida company that Kim works for, and then we're like, right, things are actually going to pick up here, something's going to happen. And then we don't hear anything. We just see him going ballistic in the phone box. So I'm going to assume he didn't get through to Kim, that she's no longer working there, or she's dead or something along those lines. Maybe not dead, she's no longer working there. And then yeah, that happens. He's going ballistic. He then goes to the old woman's house where her son is, and he's like, right, I'm back in the game. And then, yeah, what's their plan here? They get drunk. Well, he gets drunk, chatting up people, rich people, gets all their details, and that's it. That's his plan for the future. And it's like, is that it? Is that Saul? What the fuck is this? Is he breaking? Is he? Oh, is this him breaking bad again? Because what, he found out his nail salon's got fucking took down with all the money. But he did the Hoover thing, so why would he care?
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, I mean,
I don't know. Just stuff like that's a bit pish. But let's get to the stuff that matters, man. I mean, even the whole the doors that we're doing, he was losing them on purpose, man. He's putting the drink up his sleeve. What they fucking do? Do we care to do this? But I don't know. It goes on for a few scenes. But yeah, the scene we came here to see, right? We have Saul, Walt, and Jesse for about 3 minutes of screen time. Oh, I'll tell you what, we'll drag out all the shite. See fat ass walking down the stairs, we'll drag out for 20 minutes. But see Walt, Jesse and Saul will fucking do it in 2.5. Where's the logic there?
No, get what? I mean, people were. You could have given us just an episode of Walt, Jesse, and Saul, and it probably would have been the best episode Better Call Saul's ever done. Even if nothing really new happened, you could have just went into more in depth with them discussing their business plan and stuff like that. And you could have just. I mean, there were some like cool things that we got here that we didn't know previously, but.
Yeah, like let's just be real. Like, why can't we get like scenes like where like we see like Walter's like fucking legs walking down steps or Jesse? You know, because like we know their characteristics. Like we see a guy coughing, like, oh, there's Walter. Something that is dragged out that makes sense, but not this shit. That didn't make any sense to drag out her stuff. But yeah, they enter the RV, and at this point, you can say Aaron Paul has aged.
Yeah, I know Jesse. He looked old as fuck. I mean, I suppose this is what a good Breaking Bad started. What? Oh, so I mean, we're talking like 12, 13 years older.
Yeah, from when this scene is set, at least in El Camino, you know, it wasn't long after. Well, I mean, it was like 5 years after, 6 years after, whatever. So it didn't look too bad. But here, yeah, basically. Saul basically buries them, says that like, well, he doesn't bury them, he's like fucking talking about their operation, but saying that it is kind of like a pish operation, but they're doing well for what they're doing. But Walt says no more. Jesse then goes on to say about, oh well, what about when we took our mask off? We weren't supposed to do that or whatever. And then he's like, oh, and then Saul's like, you got a good business plan going on here. And then he's like, I call a shotgun. So it looks like this is like, it was good because we never actually seen this in Breaking Bad, but I feel like it's almost like too little, too fucking late.
Yeah, it's like you wait till fucking how many episodes left to start doing this.
Like, I get it, it's the final season, but if you're going to start doing these flashbacks that tie in, you should have done them fucking ages ago.
I agree.
You know, like it's great seeing them and all that, and then like after this, we get the scene. He's like, "What were you on about, Lalo?" Like Jesse says that. Jesse's like, "I hadn't heard that name on the street." Right, and albeit at this point, we probably are a couple of years after the offence of like what happened with Lalo when he died. But you trying to tell me Lalo's name wouldn't be on the street?
I know.
Like, there's just no fucking mention of that. Like, it's different. Like, hard because he's just a fucking lawyer. But like, I know Lalo just disappeared, but he surely should still be on the street. And the fact he's a Salamanca. He's got fucking family ties.
Yeah, probably would have held the guy.
I mean, like Tuco and the cousins. Like, it's just how would Lalo's name not get mentioned throughout Breaking Bad? It makes no sense. It is a plot hole. It is. It doesn't make any especially when if they suspect that Gus of killing Lalo, how the fuck has that never been brought up in Breaking Bad?
I know.
Anyway, point taken. And they drive off in the RV. We see Saul looking at Walt. He's coughing. Then the next victim in the whole car taking pictures.
There was a good scene where you get Gus and Saul and Mike.
That's what I was going on about. You have to talk about the cancer guy first though, and then that alludes him to finding out about Walt. Yeah, but anyway, guy has cancer, right? Oh no, the guy doesn't want to date. You're fired. Then Saul heads over to his house to take the photos himself. But then we get another good scene. I actually probably preferred the Mike and Saul scene. Which is weird.
I added more, didn't it? Really?
It added more.
New information.
I don't know. There was just something about Walt and Jet. It's like, especially I feel like with Aaron Paul, it's like he couldn't be arsed. I don't know. That was my opinion, but yeah, it was good here. Mike comes in basically. This actually felt like Breaking Bad. These two. I don't know. I felt like with the other scene, it did kind of just seem out of place. Like, even though they did it pretty well, regardless. But yeah. Mike basically runs through all these other jobbers, then he gets to Walt, basically reads out his full name, says that he has cancer. The other guy's Jesse Pinkman. Saul can't believe he's got cancer, but basically Mike says it's a dead end. He'll get caught, he'll either get arrested or he'll get shot in the head. Neither happens, but I guess he does get shot and he does kind of get like arrested at the end. Well, he doesn't get arrested, but I mean the police get to him in the end. So yeah. And then Saul's like, oh, he's got cancer, but you can clearly see as Mike's explaining about all these other people that Saul's like, I'm gonna check this guy out. And then as Saul like enters the guy's house in like the actual timeline, we see him approaching the school in Breaking Bad, which would have been about season 2, episode 8, at the end of Better Call Saul. And yeah, that is how our episode ends. So yeah, the flashbacks were good, but the rest of the episode was shite, man. Honestly.
Yeah.
At least with last week, like you got some funny scenes with Saul and the fucking Cinnabons. Like what was in this week's?
Yeah, no, it was nothing.
Her looking at cat videos.
I honestly see. I know you can say you can't really just take it out, but see if you did take them out, like it would be horrendous. So.
Yeah, it really would be. But anyway, guys, we have to rate it out of 10. I'm gonna give it I'll give it a 6. Even I think that's high, like, but
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4. I mean, there was some. I mean, I like the.
actually, you know what? You're right. I'm giving it a 5.
I like the older scenes, you know, but all the new stuff. How much time did they fucking waste on showing you Saul, like, drugging these people and stealing their credit cards, and then at the start we. The woman that worked as the receptionist, just wasting far too much time on that shit. So
Yeah, we've got 2 episodes to go. Fuck knows what they're going to do in them. Yeah, but until next time, it's a 4.5 out of 10.